spamming it.
Dude, my power just went out, bro.
Your power went out?
It went all black. My ring light even went out.
Oh shoot! You're
Yeah,
chilling now though, so it's good. Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah. It said not available, but I'm sure the chat was spamming it on your end, saying go live. So I was
they were. You sent them over, bro.
Well, oops, my bad. We're actually talking about Quant right now.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
Have you been talking about your DAG play though yet?
No, I've been trying to keep it quiet. I think I'm going to talk about it on stream. I haven't made a video yet, but I am talking about it in the sense where I'm seeing all these people. Like just before I went live, I saw Brian talk about how he's looking to thin his portfolio, like starting to sell. You have Blockchain Boy now looking. Well, actually, Lucas is now investing into utility tokens because they're stuff we believe can survive a bear market. I've been talking about DAG a little bit just because of its. I just went live, so if you want to kind of jump in on it, go for it. Constellation, guys, is what it is.
Yeah, Constellation. I mean, I just want to bet on both graph things, graph and Hedera hash graph. So how can I lose? Those both to me look like layer 0 stuff under layer 1. This is the type of stuff we're dealing with, like infinitely scalable. Both Hedera hash graph and DAG are infinitely scalable, like literally infinitely scalable. hbar in a different way than DAG though. And DAG I've heard is involved with big data. So everything.
Yeah, it's like microservices for data. They target a little bit different, but yeah, like you said, that's why I'm invested in both as well at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, what it directed? I always say it wrong. Is it a acyclic graph? And so pretty much it just solves the issue of bottlenecking on networks.
Yeah, acyclic, like
acyclic,
direct acyclic graph. It's crazy.
Snorking, acyclic, hash graph.
Yeah,
it never gets easier. It does. But yeah, pretty much. I was like watching the videos, and I was just like, so I've been talking in the chat like how I've been out. Like I just moved my cake over to a new project as well, which I've been telling you about today is now. But I'm moving out of all DeFi. Like I seriously believe like 99.9% of DeFi is going to go away. I have a video under review right now. I don't know why I just won't. It's been under review for 3 hours. But Blockworks released an article today just with their CEO coming out and talking about how he believes, he doesn't understand why everybody is so against the banks coming into this space. They act like, the world just acts like banks are going to disappear and everybody's going to move to decentralized finance. But what's happening is you have projects like Quant, you have projects like DAG or, Constellation, where these, banks are just going to come in and build on top of that tech, and they're going to just move all the money they have into their own network. So, it just completely destroys, and it's all compliant. So,
yeah, they're either going to move in and, damn, it's really windy out there. They're either going to move in and build on top of these projects, or they're just going to simply copy and paste and do it themselves, right? Like that really is a contemplation. I said before, I've been getting less and less bullish on VeChain by the day, because if you look at China, they like to build their own stuff. They built the digital yuan and they're using it by themselves. So why would they opt for using VeChain in all of China? Like I know they're really in with Walmart China and even more China connections, but man, it's like they're either going to build on top of the stuff or they're going to make their own. But what you need to look for is the ones that are partnered with them already, right? Like all the banks are.
Sorry, go ahead. My bad.
Like the banks have already selected Ripple. Like the Latin American dollar has selected Quant. These things have been selected already. And
now they're technically they're already selected for the digital pound with now ETN. It's like we keep talking about how this our same ideas. Like I kind of fell into your web finally. Now I've been going down the rabbit hole with like Gilbert Verdian, but like I've covered the International Standardized Organization forever because they've been around for decades at this point. And it's like these guys that like the Quant CEO is literally one of the people developing the financial messaging systems that the ISO is providing. So I was just like, these are the people that are sitting there. It's not going to be some guy some 19-year-old kid that comes in and builds a decentralized platform for the Internet of Things. They're not going to be using that. They're going to be using, there's, like we said, like you've been saying, like we've been saying for months, there's this elite core, and it's this mass web now. It's all connected, and it's just coming to light,
I like what Zach called it in one of my streams with Zach Rector. He said, the club. Like,
it's the club.
Cardano, a club. It's like a club of these coins. I call it a web, and it's gonna, or it's like a thing that's just gonna rise to the surface eventually. And we're just early, and we're just catching it rising. You've caught these people red-handed, and they're even, in my opinion, they're trying to distract you with a lot of stuff, crazy stuff on the TV right now, and trying to distract from some of the.
Oh, it's coming out, yeah. We got like all the El Salvador FUD. You have now South Korea FUD with exchanges shutting down. Then you have Solana that's been on blast right now because of their shutdown. You know, and then like you have like Constellation, you have Quant, you have I mean even Ripple. They're trying to create FUD with through the SEC, but at the end of the day, you're still bringing on partnerships every single day, and more is coming to surface. I don't know if you saw Brad's remarks today, but just smacking on Gary Gensler again. It's just very, like, they don't need any marketing. They don't have any of this marketing, and it's not all community based. And I'm loving the measurable value. The reason why I like Constellation, guys, so much is it's like the NASDAQ. So everything that like builds on top of its ecosystem and its economy, it's called generative economics. And what this means is any company that comes in, it actually improves the value of the network. So everybody in a network always, it benefits everyone in its ecosystem. And it's this really smart form of decentralization where people have to actually provide to the network for security and trust and everything as well. But it is insane. The immeasurable, like, I can't get past the value of tokens now. Like, it has to have a measurable value or I don't want it. I'm repositioning my entire portfolio right now.
Well, yeah. Well, what's the value of Bitcoin? Like, that's something I contemplate all the time. Like, this thing has one use case or two use cases, which is a store of value and a payment system, I guess. Like,
I don't even consider it that way. Like because this is why I want to talk to you tonight too, just because I know we have viewpoints. It'd be a good conversation. But my thing with Bitcoin is like it's barely good at what it does. Like it was the first of its kind, which is why it's here. It was the first of its space. It caused it. But why I think it's so powerful is the fact that the IMF and the World Bank had no control over this, and now there's such mass adoption behind it. Other third world countries are using it as a way out of debt from the United States. They can, you can use lending protocols, whatever you want through Bitcoin. But Bitcoin it's just completely decentralized. So it's a hedge against oppression is what I like to say. That's why you see, like, why would any country adopt it? Well, and El Salvador is like, oh, there's money in this. It's a power play.
What they didn't talk about with El Salvador was the Algorand stuff. I don't know if you saw that.
No one talked about that.
It was buried. They truly buried it, and even I missed it. It was on August, the last day of August, that they signed a deal, and I really missed that. I just straight up missed it.
Isn't that why it pumped? Which, by the way, guys, Algorand integrated with ISO standards, so it just connects to that damn web, dude.
I've actually been tracking the ISO 20022 Wikipedia page. If you look at this, dude, you know how Wikipedia can be edited? They edited it multiple times and took off Algorand. They've put it back on. They took off Cardano. I remember months ago I went on this Wikipedia page.
I saw that. They're not integrated whatsoever, right? Like, am I blind from that? I tried confirming that. Cardano has no integration.
With ISO, right?
Yeah.
No, dude, they they've been edit. If you look at the edits, bro, they put XDC on there, then they took it off. Somebody's editing that page. I've watched it happen. If you can find the edits, we did it on one of my live streams. We went into the Wikipedia records, like the edits of the page. They keep it off and on. I'm not even joking. It's creepy because every time I would go to this page to show people stuff,
It's not
it would
there.
be what's there right now. It says Ripple, right? Here's where I'm looking.
Like, yeah, Ripple, fixed protocol. Then you obviously have your Swift, Visa, Geo, and all the regulars.
It used to say Cardano, Algorand, and I believe it's
because I think it happened when the World Economic released their like recommended cryptos to look into, and they're like their giants. I forgot what that was called, but that's when it came on because I think CeeLo was also on here as well. And then I had all these people like coming in my chat saying, "Well, you're wrong." All these. There was like a whole month or probably week or two where people are coming in and like trying to yap at me, and I was like, no, Ripple's the only, and it didn't even matter. Chainlink was another one where people were trying to integrate with, which I think there's small connections to it, but it didn't matter because at the end of the day, Ripple's the only one on the management group. And then you showed me, dude, I've watched like 8 hours of this guy today just talking at different, but what's his name again? Gerald?
Gilbert.
Or Gilbert.
Yeah, Gilbert.
I try to pull it up, but I have like 9,000 tabs open. But Gilbert's, and dude, like he invented it. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. Dude, I'm gonna show you, or I'm gonna send you after this. I'm gonna send a link. I'll put it in my Telegram for anyone watching. There's a link that has a Medium article, and dude, if you go through this, it's really long, but I know you go hard. Like you put real like hours. I do too. But some of this stuff, when it's just reading and
that video I sent you is pretty boring. That hour-long one for DAG, I was like, the regular person would sleep through that. I would not send that video to anyone. Like,
I'm used to watching. Like I used to watch like 5-hour debates on different spirituality topics. So I'm used to watching, but reading. Like I'm gonna send you a Medium article, and it's gonna blow your mind on who Gilbert is. It's like a stalker-ish thing. Like they really just.
I went through his LinkedIn today. This is how I found LTX because someone in chat just said it again as well. And guys, I'm looking hard into LTX as well. It just had all-time highs, and I'm waiting for an entry point. But literally, I was just going through all these people's. I was on the internet or the International Standardized Organization after he told me that, and I was clicking on every single like standard because he did 307. He was doing the blockchain and tech, but then there's like a division for smart contracts so I literally went and copy pasted every single person's name into LinkedIn to trying to find all the connections through which was LCX, then DAG, and then I just went on a loophole with DAG CEO because he invented an entire exchange. So I was just like, as a whole circle. But yeah, send me that because I'll be gone for 12 hours.
for anybody who listened to what Josh said, he mentioned LinkedIn. LinkedIn is literally like
it's OP. It's my favorite. It's my favorite. I don't use it for anything but stalking people. I swear.
And seeing it works because a lot of connections. Like, it goes so deep on there. You can go on different rabbit holes. It's like a labyrinth. It's really like a labyrinth.
Well, because then you can like click on like they're followed too, and you'll see it'll like say their top connections. But it's just like you can see too because like he's the CEO of Quant, like for Gilbert. But then you go on LinkedIn, you can see that he's like CTO on like 9 other companies, right? That he's involved with so much more. And then you can kind of like you said, it's just this web and everything's sticking to it. And it's like there's all this utility happening, and then there's all this bullshit DeFi. That Cosmos, Avalanche, like they're all separate. Everything's separated from this web. It blows my mind.
It's two worlds. Lucas showed it super well in his video where he duetted me with like the Drake. It was like the Drake song, and it's like I put above my head, it said, "You invest in all the coins connected to banks and governments."
Yeah.
And Lucas said, "I invest in all the coins that are aiming to replace the governments or replace the banks and financial institutions." It's two sides. It is truly two sides being built. I think I do think there's going to be a DeFi option in the end, though. Like there will be an option to decentralize your finance. I think
DAG. That's DAG.
Yeah.
That's Constellation. It allows because it doesn't, and that's where like, and I still think there will be cross bridges, and that's why I like Alliance Block. I know you're in everything the same because it makes everything compliance. I honestly think just for DeFi, like you said, I do think it's going to be there. But every single one that ICO'd, like I'm like they're going to struggle a lot harder. I don't see how they're not going to, you know, it's when you have like Constellation or Quant working with governments. I mean, Constellation's literally in like 3 branches of the government. You know, those are ones you know that aren't going to get wrecked by regulation because they're already working in. That's why I like LCX as well. You were telling me about that exchange. I watched the entire like it was like an hour-long AMA with them. But the fact that every single crypto that gets listed on this goes through their federated or the federal, like I forgot the name of the corporation that handles cryptocurrencies, but like those are almost 100% verified that those aren't going to be affected by regulations.
Dude, you really just sparked something in my mind. If Quant is, Quant has self-proclaimed that they are the most regulated, up to date with, like they are the most regulatory compliant coin out there. Like that's been stated by them, right? By people on their team on video. And I think the CEO even has said that, that too. So, okay. Did Quant ICO? I learned today that they did ICO. So maybe we should look into how Quant ICO'd and how they actually performed their ICO. And then we can, because if Gilbert is behind that, he probably knows exactly how to ICO. You know?
We'd have to see if LCX ICO too.
Yeah, and then we can compare that with what Ripple did and find out kind of a better measure of, oh, well, Ripple didn't ICO. Sorry, we can compare it with Ethereum and Cardano, their ICOs. Cardano did ICO, but it was mainly to people in Japan. Like the main people who bought the ICO for Cardano were in Japan, because this is all U.S. stuff, right? Like SEC is in the U.S. Well, that's talking about is in the US.
I'm looking this up.
Somebody says, sorry, but eventually it will all be regulated. I agree.
100%.
But that's
what I've been saying all along. Yeah.
This is
why Quant, and this is why all these projects in this web, this elite group of people, this is why we've been following this. You know, it's like, this is why, you know, I follow your same opinions on, like, I actually have a video I want to push out with Brad Garlinghouse where on the World Economic Forum video that he had like last week or whatever, I came out and told people not to pick favorites because he is there to create change with multiple organizations as a whole. And they're doing this with Ripple, or not, well, obviously Ripple, but Quant and ETN on the digital pound. That's just one division. Then you have, you know, we're going further into this with like Constellation and DAG. They're already partnered with 3 different divisions of the United States government, not just any government, the United States, which, you know, if you guys look at anything in the global news, the only country holding back crypto is the United States right now in the SEC. That is literally it. So if these cryptos are compliant, I'm going to go down a rabbit hole with that and look into those IPOs.
You sparked that. I was like, okay, if they're self-proclaiming the best regulation, like, let me see if LCX ICO, this is like a live research sparking.
Yeah, that's what it pops up errors. So I got to like figure out how we can.
If y'all don't have crypto friends in real life, we're here to act like your discussion forum and relate. See, I'm going to find if they did ICO. Oh, which,
by the way, guys, for anybody that doesn't know what LCX, oh, well, we'll talk about LCX first because they're both in this web, which is why I was just like, the LCX is going to be everything that's 100% that's what I want to see, though. I wonder how that's going to, because it's a centralized exchange. So yeah. LCX is going to be the centralized regulated exchange on both these networks that will be compliant with. So we need to find out that ICO. LTX, guys, is going to be Lattice, and that's also by DAG, which is, again, working with compliance and interoperable with Quant and doing the whole 9 yards. But they're going to be the first ever cross-chain feeless network that has 100% security and will allow you to take Bitcoin and convert it into XRP, or take Ethereum and convert it into BNB. Like, there will not be, that's insane. Imagine not having to sweat when you send something.
For real, dude. Because you people have no idea how valuable this free information is. Exactly. We're on the cutting. This is like the edge. Like, we're like surfing on the wave that's going forward. Like, we're surfing in front, right, with this type of talk, because nobody else wants to talk about this web below everything, you know? Nobody wants to talk about it. So I'm looking at LCX. LCX launched a second layer DeFi protocol on Uniswap. Or something like this, and it's called LCX DeFi Terminal, and where they actually run ICO. So I don't think they themselves ICO'd, but they have a DeFi terminal where they run ICOs.
I see that in IEOs, which I've never
Yeah.
looked into, which is the initial exchange offering, but I don't know which is would that would be hash? Okay, that's what Hedera then did, because I think their first IEO was through. No, I don't know if how did Hedera do it? Because they're a hash graph, and I know they were contracted to Binance. I don't know if they had. Dude, I need to start looking into this stuff more. This is.
Well, I think it's just a great strategy to study the ones that are self-proclaiming that they're regulated. You know, like if they've already passed some of the SEC's tests or whoever's regulating them, then we can compare that with other coins and see which ones should be winners.
Let me send this to you because this is interesting. Because I found like a seed private sale and everything, and it says to be announced. I wonder, it says upcoming, like LCX Exchange upcoming ICO. So they are going to ICO. And if they, let me send you this. Live research, guys. You guys get to see it like hands on.
Oh, somebody said that you guys would stop Quant and hbar and get back to the king. Dude.
So wait, what did you say? You cut out. I think your weather's killing you. Get back to the...
He said we should stop shilling Quant and hbar and get back to the king XRP. Now,
I think you go for this.
Yeah, my thoughts on that is, dude, tell me when XRP does something. It has to do its work. Like when I said I'm going to sell some at all-time high, thank you for the glasses, it has to do something. It has to get to all-time high first. Are we about to wake up on January 4 of 2022 and no all-time high, and that'll be 5 years on the day that we haven't broken all-time high? 5 years, bro?
We're over here sitting. You're over here sitting on Quant from what, $30? I think, and people, again, I think they have to understand Ripple's not the only player. It's an elite club, like you said. You know, I think this is where maximalists need to just become open. There's way more to the economy than just cross-border payments remittance systems. From the interoperability to the security to the exchange of data to there's a whole system, and it's all covered in this web that we've been tracking now for months. And honestly, you're the first one that brought it to my mind with Quant, with the web. And then I was kind of just piecing in other projects. And the first one that finally really molded me into it was Vector Space. And I realized after just listening to their CEO, how much was connected, like just through DAG.
Not Alliance Block? Did you have like a wake-up moment on Alliance Block? I feel like you did.
Oh, no, it was Alliance Block. You're actually right, because I got an Alliance Block before that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's when I was like, because I've always been to XRP, and that was like my moment. Yeah, you're actually right. So that was my moment of like a traditional finance is going to come into the space. Vector Space was like, okay, that's banking. Now we have financial managers, and that's where they're attacking investment vehicles. And I was like, it just crazy.
Dude, this is like, I don't know. I feel like we're just so like, it's like you're running in front of a bus and you're running in the bus. That is what we're trying to do. Some people are just sitting in the bus when they talk to you. Like, this is like stuff that's just like, it's stuff people don't want to hear. Like, people really don't want traditional finance to come into this space. They want to build a new thing and leave traditional finance behind. They want to leave the old stuff behind, but really it's just going to come like this. It's going to come together.
And I like that analogy. Because I say it like this. It's like a tour bus, you know, like everybody's watching these influencers that are like a tour guide on the bus, and they're all in the back of the bus. So I like your analogy because we're in front of that running, you know, trying to find out everything that's happening. And then everybody in the back of the bus is listening to that tour guide that's like, this is what's happening in the space. And he's blindsided, but what's actually coming around the corner.
Really good. Yeah. I understand. Wow. I love these type of analogies because it shows you where you're at. Like, like it might not be the result people want. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it might, like XRP might, I don't know. It might. We always have to be open-ended to the other side of it.
Well, see, that's my thing about XRP. Like just like Barry Silbert said, who's like his number one investment's in Ripple. like XRP is a whole other side frame. I love David Schwartz. They're integrating federated side chains and smart contracts and everything that's coming. But before that comes, we have Flare Network, right? That's integrating Byzantine fault tolerance and like all this, or asynchronized Byzantine fault, like all new forms of consensus that are going to provenly work for years before adoption occurs on that network. But Ripple itself, with RippleNet and using it on demand liquidity, I like if Ripple IPOs, that will be the only stock I think I just stack up on.
Bro, you're exactly right. Me too.
You can't. They bring on new, like, dude. I honestly, because then if they can do that, like I could see them becoming like a financial institution. Like that's honestly not something that's what I see coming. You know.
I totally. Ripple will definitely become a financial institution. Maybe some kind of hybrid, like crypto banks. They're already starting with the crypto banks. I believe they have one in Wyoming. I think Kraken has a crypto bank.
Dude, what if
this? It's like
see, this is where this web comes into place, dude. Like, imagine like, oh, dude, I don't even know. Like, they could be like the first regulated crypto bank, like you're saying. That and it would have interoperability from Quant. Obviously, they would be using ETN they could use ETN as a form of payment services, as well as just have access to everything from DAG's ecosystem. It's just a web. I sent you this on Telegram. I don't know if you wanted to pull that up, but I sent you the ICO for LCX exchange. It says it's upcoming.
Really?
And this is really interesting, actually.
It does say upcoming, TBA.
Guys, the double AMA was good today. It was good today. But yeah, dude, okay, so this is gonna this is gonna be a hard one to find too. Quant will be, when did they ICO? You said 2016? It couldn't have been that long ago. I don't know.
I don't know. Let me see.
They launched, the token came out in 2018, so that would be, but the company was before, so maybe, I don't know. Or I guess the token would be the offering, right? So that would be 2018.
Yeah, 2018.
So that'd be.
See, y'all see how I come up with info? I just found that in like this. It's called Google. Some of y'all need Google skills, bro. Some need some Google skills. But yes, April 2 to April 30, 2018, they were ICOing. Yeah. So, dude, if we get into if you nail every single web coin in that web that's gonna rise up, oh my goodness, you can come out of this like.
And the best, my favorite thing right now, because I'm like obsessed with economics, my favorite thing is their generative economics through DAG network. So since it's connected through Quant, since they're partnered, and Quant is utilizing DAG for its DAG, that's literally what they're utilizing for. Like, it's just a rising tide rises all boats. So it's not just like if one performs, that can still happen, right? But like if one performs, everything else connected, it slowly moves with it, and it's just. Exactly. I don't even. It's just mind blowing, and I don't think people don't even realize it, man. They really don't even realize it.
Can we call the web something? Yeah. What's the web? Like, what is that? What would you call that?
You can't say club because everybody says club.
Yeah. But I want that. Like, what rises to the surface? I don't want to call it like a bubble, because if there's like a bubble underwater, it's gonna come to the surface. But
and pop.
Like this, I don't know, because that's how there's already like a floor, but there's gonna come up and replace the floor. I've been saying that for a long time, and it's just like finally I see, because it's clear now, dude. The more you research, it's literally you have to just like overdose on red pills. Okay, don't do drugs, kids, but overdose on
knowledge.
Knowledge. Just keep the people who hate on XRP, they're simply ignorant. Put 2 hours into watching XRP interviews and Ripple interviews, and you will not come out the other side still hating it. You might hate the banker, but just put 2 hours in, and you will not. You'll be convinced. Like, for me, it was like all I had to do was watch some Constellation content, and I'm like, whoa, Like, this is crazy.
I shit you not. What does Lattice mean?
What?
LTX. Lattice means web.
No,
it's another word for web.
Why did you look that up?
Dude, I just typed in another word for web, and then Lattice popped up, and I was like, no.
Another word for web?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Lattice, man. They know. They know,
Wait,
man.
Oh, like lattice work.
Like lattice, no, like, yeah, like the actual word lattice is another word for web, and that is lattice exchange,
Dude.
which is through DAG.
Yeah. This is what it looks like. Lattice work. They're saying like interlacing strips of wood. It looks like this. Like
Dude.
these type of things. Like weave together. That's exactly how it's gonna be, bro. That is crazy, bro. I might have to get this off that just for fun. I don't know. That's crazy.
Dude, the cross chain launches in Q4, so we got some. Well, actually, so you guys are getting knowledge. Like, this is free knowledge. You should. This is insane knowledge.
We're over.
I literally was in. It's the amount of research we do is great. Like, I went to the Telegram. I got a hold of the admin, and I was messaging the admin regarding. So September 29th, they're doing a demo of the cross chain to the public, and if it goes smoothly, they will launch it first day of Q4, which is October. That knowledge, you do what you want with that. We're not financial advisors, but that's when it opens up to the network and this form of, since it's through DAG, it's built through DAG's ecosystem. All the liquidity that is locked up through that network rises the entire networks of DAG's ecosystem as well. And it's this revolving generative economy is literally what the term is. And that happens T-minus 2 weeks. So
yeah, dude, I mean, no financial advice in this whole thing, right? We are pointing out we're pointing out the lattice. We're pointing out the lattice work. Let's call it the lattice work.
The lattice work, yeah, I like that.
Somebody has woven this web. Somebody has put these strips of, it says interlacing strips of wood, metal, or other material forming a lattice. Wow. Yeah, somebody's doing the lattice work. That's our code. This is an inside joke in this live stream. If anybody knows
this picture resonates with me right here. Let me flip this in a second. Dude, I swear, like, Quant is that interoperability tree, and then it just connected. It's that lattice work, dude. It just connected to everything. That is Quant You want me to send it to you?
Yeah, sure. That Quant looks like that tree and all the little stuff in there in the middle. The other coins, it's like just hugs them. It just wraps around.
Quant's the center, guys. You have to understand this. Quant is the internet of it brings all the interoperability together. DAG is the foundation, and then Ripple is the transactions that happens through the network. You know.
Yeah, put DAG and hbar at the bottom as two layers.
Yeah.
Because I do think they can coexist. I do think they can coexist. Because hbar is enterprise. Like, they're aiming at business using this, right? They're aiming at
another. Let me see if this is. Who's Hedera CEO again? I gotta look it up. I forgot his name. It's not Lehman. No, Lehman's the Mansharman. That's it.
Yeah.
What part of the government did you work for?
I'm not sure. So you're saying technically we don't need Bitcoin to succeed?
Bitcoin has nothing to do with this. It has nothing to do with the lattice work. It has nothing. Bitcoin's a power play for an economic standpoint as a hedge against oppression. That's my opinion of it.
No,
that's all it is. It's, you know, but that's why I have 0 Bitcoin. I hold 0 Bitcoin.
Me too. Put your zeros up, folks. Get into my store of value is Quant. My store of value is Quant. I don't care. I trust Quant more than Bitcoin in being my store of value, to be honest.
It's like microservices with DAG. Quant is the interoperability of data between networks. VXV is data sets, which is like the petroleum or the refined oil of the world of the data. That data is I would say is my store of value. That's how that's like not theta, data, like actual data. So anything that's like solidifies and creates data sets or is the reason for exchange between data that should be your store of value, because that is the digital like revolution we're heading in, you know.
That's so smart. Yeah. That's such a genius play, because I mean, I saw that they're storing data. They're trying to store data in like DNA and stuff and all this weird, crazy data stuff. What happens when these clouds overfill? Like somebody has to manage all of the data that's going to come from running VR worlds, right? How, like, that's all data based, all of it. Everything you do in a VR world is running on, it's creating data. Like, and some of these worlds are going to be like infinite because they're just
literally they're intimate. Dude, that's like that's a whole nother division I want to like get into, is just virtual real estate. That I think that is going to be worth exponential amount of like revenue, especially if you know, like we're, like you said, dude, we're in front of this bus. We are going to be able to see where that bus wants to drop off all the tours, listening and being just mind manipulated by the media. And that's where we're going to be at, is in front of that. So that's,
yeah,
it's a crazy I'm trying to find a connection right now, and I think I'm going to make it.
Okay.
I think I need like 2 seconds. Okay. So Mance Harmon. Okay. So DAG is working with the U.S. Air Force and another few branches of the government. Mance Harmon, through Hedera, also working with the forms of the government. He was the program manager for the Missile Defense Wargame Agency. Now, guys, I need help in chat, because I'm trying to find the connections between. Again, these are just connections. Don't do what you want with this knowledge. But is that Air Force? Is missiles?
Missiles?
Is Missile Defense Agency or is that a completely different agency? What's that through? Well, I'm trying to figure out what I got to figure it out. Hold on, I'm looking for the term. It came out this like 2 weeks ago. I forgot who came out, but the Department of Defense came out and said they're going to be using a new standard that's integrated through. It's integrated through DAG. So if they're using that, it doesn't matter if they're a different branch. If they're utilizing this to track information, I'm working, guys. You're seeing live research, so just let me spitball. That's all that out. That's all I'm doing.
Weapons division.
On right here, it is the JADC2. Type in JADC2. JADC2.
Wow.
That is your joint all domain command and control. And that is directly correlated. They use DAG's ecosystem and the DAG from Constellation to track all of this.
Yeah, because
no, dude, it's missiles and defense. JADC2, building the U.S. military's Internet of Things. They're utilizing this for missiles and all weapons.
So you're talking about Constellation, right?
I'm talking about Constellation. Yeah, type in Constellation JADC2, and you'll see it from like 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
JAD, building the U.S. military Internet of Things. It's going to be the defense. So U.S. Air Force. Yeah. So pretty much the military is looking to use the JADC2 standard, or this. It's this new all-demand command and control, and it's being built off of Constellation's network. And so Mance Harmon, I was wondering if he worked in the same division or something. I think we can find a connection via there, but that was interesting.
I think you're mixing Mance up with Lehman. I think Lehman is the one who worked. Who was?
I'm on LinkedIn right now.
Oh, you're on LinkedIn?
I'm on LinkedIn. Yeah.
Lehman Baird was involved with the Air Force or something, dude. Mance
was a member, or yeah, Mance was the program manager at the for missile and defense, I believe.
Okay.
Let me pull up Lehman too. I gotta look him up.
Yeah, Lehman won an award from the U.S. Air Force.
So, that's even closer. So I need to.
Damn, man, this is like.
Hedera doesn't. It's not. I gotta see Hedera's ecosystem. Oh my god.
What coin is chosen for storage? I mean, I've heard Brad Garlinghouse give a direct shout out to Filecoin He knows something about Filecoin that we don't, but I've seen him on it. Direct shout out. We've also got Arweave. Constellation works somewhat with data, but I'm not sure about storage. Who's the chosen for?
By the way, guys, for any donations coming in from both ends, absolutely love you guys. You guys are amazing. You're literally seeing us research live. I didn't think I was going to be doing this tonight, but I have like my neurons are connecting right now, or synapses.
Usually,
what's on Quant's ecosystem though? Do they have anything under storage, or is it just payment APIs, blockchains, enterprise blockchains? Huh.
This is the same way that ex-girlfriend stalks social for info. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're stalking CEOs though. Even better.
Dude, like we go in depth. We'll find a connection. We'll find one.
Appreciate all the gifts. Holy cow, you guys are going crazy. What the heck? Alex and Kels, thank you. I would say, Filecoin, I'm a fan of Filecoin just off Brad Garlinghouse shouting it out, to be honest. And it uses proof of space. Is proof of existence or something? Or space-time?
Proof of space and time? Yeah.
Yeah,
proof of space and time.
And proof of replication, which, anything that's not proof of work kind of spikes my interest immediately, okay? Or not even, or anything that's not proof of stake even gets my interest. Like Hashgraph, Hypergraph,
DAG.
Yeah. I'm very confused or I'm not confused, but it's crazy that they went for the ticker symbol of DAG. Like
they just knew, man. They just like
the one
that just tells you something. Like anything distributed ledger technology is kind of thing my side. I haven't ever looked at this. I gotta look into storage. I've just never been fond of storage. Like that's just like space biosciences, that's just fun to me, But like storage, I'm like
Sia coin too is a storage coin that people like. I'm not really big on that. Obzicog, thank you so much for all the beach balls. Filecoin. I don't know. I'm not big on storage either, really.
Like I know Filecoin like ran hard, so I don't know if that was based off hype or if it got listed on multiple big exchanges. Like I never kept up with Filecoin. I was just like, I don't know. But watch, I guarantee you, some storage play is going to roll into this web and into the Lattice work, man. It will be in there.
100%, dude. Your brain hurts, he said in the comments. My brain sometimes hurts when I'm thinking about this stuff too. But you guys we are like at the cutting edge. So it is going to be still a while until everything really starts. It's almost like the Lattice work is spinning and it's going to spin up and it starts slowly spinning and then it just goes crazy. hbar, DAG, not LTC. Litecoin is garbage.
That's a fork of Bitcoin that never went anywhere. Guys, if you don't know, Litecoin's literally just got bigger block sizes than Bitcoin. That's about it. And so, Bitcoin, we all know Bitcoin's struggling, but it's got its way. Like Litecoin's just like a little brother riding its coattails. That's about it. But LTX and LCX. So
yeah,
those are the two. And the one, I would say they're both on the web because one's a decentralized exchange and one's a centralized exchange for regulation. So there's two different aspects.
Somebody asked, what does DAG mean? Why did they choose that ticker? That's the technology that it's using. It's direct acyclic graph. So DAG. And Hedera Hashgraph uses that too. And I'm sure there's a couple more that I don't even know about that are using DAG. But those are the main two that I've heard about. Yeah, Litecoin, their website hasn't even been updated since 2020. That shows me that nobody's actually watching their website. or it's like it's just nothingness, man.
Wait, what hasn't been updated since 2020?
Litecoin's website, if you scroll to the footer, usually that auto updates. It's like they stopped caring about their website. Also, it says the best cryptocurrency for payments. Oh yeah, we know who that really is. That's XRP. Litecoin is not the best cryptocurrency for payments. That is clearly XRP or anything but Litecoin, in my opinion, of course. Thoughts on the Golden Cross? Do you have any thoughts on the Golden Cross?
It's just, I mean, if you see certain influencers talking about it, I'm immediately turned off. So no, it has no meaning to me. It has no utility. It's
No,
guys. Yeah, go ahead.
What do you think I was talking about?
Oh, the Golden Cross on like the like EMAs, the 200 EMA.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what? like I think it's like 50-50 on it. Like, so, you know, I just been seeing a lot of influencers talk about how that's like a sole indicating factor, but like it's only an indicating factor into projects that are going to crash if Bitcoin crashes. Like the projects I'm researching, like I just found another article. Hedera Hashgraph is shortlisted by Constellation, so I need to see why they have articles regarding each other. That'd be interesting. But I mean, it just, you know, for these utility tokens that, you know, like look at Hedera. Hedera is not paired to Bitcoin whatsoever on most exchanges. So like, but the Golden Cross doesn't necessarily mean anything for Hedera. And that's where I just go off news and, you know, what's happening in the real time.
Yeah. I mean, you remember all that Death Cross FUD. The Death Cross FUD was horrendous and nothing happened. I remember it clearly. I posted a video before we actually hit the Death Cross saying nothing happened. And then I deleted it because I posted it too early, but then nothing really did happen.
Like my mindset is like, I have to have a reason, right? So when, like for this web we've been talking about, this Lattice work, right? There's a reason why every single company is in this network, and there's a reason every single one of their tokens has an actual measurable set of value for their token. Like there's an actual utility to it. So like, you know, with TA is very needed if you're doing short-term trades, and you can find a lot of connections, 100%. But for me, I'm doing the other part of the work. I'm watching the news 24/7, trying to keep up with what's happening in the markets, and that's what kind of fluctuates me. Like we spend, you know, like when I invest into things like BlackRock, dude, I spent like 2 weeks. I did 2 48-hour days where I didn't sleep because I was just on Red Bull, and I had to find an answer to why they were invested into like almost every company that was joining this Bitcoin mining council, why they had a huge impact on Tesla and Elon Musk with, you know, ESG standards and accepting Bitcoin and not. So I needed a reason. And then at the same time, while everything was happening and everybody was panicking, you know, like these major financial asset managers were just moving money on the back end. And I was like, so for me on the surface, I'm very, very, very careful to what I listen to from the surface.
100%. That is, yeah, bro. Yeah. This is a lot of info. We've just, I'm still stuck on the idea of studying how the self-proclaimed regulated stuff did it, because then we can just know what would work and what wouldn't work. Because I want to know if they're going to come after Ethereum. That is one of the things that, I mean, if you follow Digital Asset Investor, it's impossible to not have that on your mind right now. And of course, that's all blah, 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 FUD. It gets called FUD all the time. But dude, like, can these people tell me why they came after XRP and didn't even like really touch the ICO of Ethereum? Like,
I'm sending you another thing to watch later today, just more research. It's LCX talks about how Constellation's different than Hedera, how they're different. I'm guessing it's going to be basic enterprise, like they just have 2 different ecosystems they're addressing. That's why I like Hedera. Like I don't think people understand. Like I think they're really they're focused on enterprises where, you know, Quant and all this is the large finance of the world. This is you're messing with you know, everything that flows through money, and then Hedera is like everything that flows through enterprises, your cities, your smart cities. You know, so I think that's why I'm heavily invested into both. There's just no, like you said, man. Like if we can pinpoint, like that, it blows my mind because you know how long we've been watching. That was an insane moment of realization because how long have we been watching like Jeremy Hogan and people talk about ICOs and like no one's ever made a connection like that or even remotely tried to look it up? I've never seen something.
Yeah, dude. Oh man, I just forgot what I was gonna say. Oh damn, I just really forgot.
Regarding ICOs?
Yeah, I'm actually surprised these guys, what you just said, basically, why haven't they looked into
like why haven't the lawyers looked into that? None of them have ever like looked up a compliantly regulated crypto project, or in this case, LCX is a regulated crypto exchange, and compared it to the ICO of which Ripple didn't even have an ICO, so but they can compare it to Ethereum's, which I honestly think that's why there's just back end issues because of everything that happened with Clayton. Like I think they're trying to find a way to solve it without affecting every other ICO project on the network. I think that I think it's again power plays.
The Ethereum ICO. Blockchain Boy says this reminds us of our group FaceTimes. Yeah, there's no difference in the info, bro. There's no difference in the info. We're really, we just overextended. We talked about stuff like I wasn't even ready to talk about like Lattice.
I wasn't either.
we were ready, but it's just like you have to get it out almost. It's like you have like when something is like that with me, it's like I have to just expand on it. But if you're not worried, like there's two things. It's like they need to handle ICOs and they need to handle DeFi. And they need to handle exchange regulation. It's three. They need to regulate exchanges somehow. They need to regulate DeFi, however they're going to come at that. And they need to set standards for ICOs. I don't know who made the term ICO, but that's clearly going off IPO, right? Like clearly. It's just a spin-off of IPO.
Initial coin, IEO, it's just like now there's ISOs with initial stake offerings. Like
STOs, security token offering. Like where's all this stuff?
They're just inventing things, dude. Like non-regulating, they're just creating it. They're like, oh, we'll do that. It's like, well, when the time comes and and again, now we're all so early to the space. People, you can make money off these DeFi things, but it's just like the bigger picture is, like you said, we're in front of that bus. We see they're about to run into a freaking tree or something, man. Like they're just not going to see it coming. And that's where this other vehicle is just being built. It's here. And someone goes, blockchain guys, we're converting Blockchain Boy. We got him on some ALBT. We got him on some DAG.
And it's slowly coming to the dark side or the light side, however you want it.
And someone goes, Hedera, the Hedera Hashgraph Foundation is like they just said clown. It's for tax write-offs and fraud. I'm gonna just roast you right here. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be very just nice about this. But go open up and like go to Eco 101. Go take a course in school, dude. Because like at the end of the day, everything revolves around capital, where the term capitalism comes from. And this is where the foundation, it works as a democracy. And there's a reason why everything comes in and is voted out every 3 years. They can be in office for 6 years and then they get revoted in, and it creates this decentralized 39 council member group. But if you don't understand like how enterprises and just money flows through the economy, you need to just go educate yourself, because Hedera, Quant, DAG, any of these ecosystems are the ones literally changing our traditional financial monetary system.
Yeah, but the hbar Foundation news was pretty like that. Christian Hasker, I featured this in my YouTube video today. Christian Hasker, who's actually liked some of my posts, so he sees me tweeting. He works for Hedera. He says this is the hbar Foundation news yesterday was the biggest news since the announcement of Hedera, like since the birth of Hedera. So like, I don't know if people really understand. I'm still processing the breadth of that announcement. $5 billion, right? They've allocated 10. billion hbars, right? Did you
That's
look into
massive. Yeah,
10,
yeah.
10 billion
And then they
hbars.
upgraded to 2.0, correct?
Yeah, they introduced Solidity to their smart contracts. They've upgraded their smart contracts, hundreds of TPS upgrades or something like that on their smart contracts. So it was just a tank of an announcement. People wanted Coinbase listing, right? They wanted like something pumpable, but no, this was like something that you needed to understand. Because
No,
not many.
yeah, 100%. I honestly need to keep accumulating more because I've been going in on like all these other projects. And then this guy said I didn't answer it. So he was talking about how they created the foundation to be a tax write-off. I was like, any successful company or business, but that's what Hedera is. It's a company. Like Amazon doesn't pay taxes, guys. They pay probably $1 in taxes a year. That's how a successful company runs. If a company's paying a majority in taxes, more likely they're not in profit. Ripple, I guarantee you, probably isn't paying that much in taxes. Like if anything, this is why they do charitable works. They found different avenues. That's just how the economy works, brother. That's like you're just mad that a successful company.
No.
Like,
He's mad because his coin isn't doing
probably
nothing. It's
like Doge. Listen to me. Doge is a community token.
Doge Foundation.
It knows.
That's really fair, dude. What are your favorite coins doing? Because I know that me and Josh's favorite coins are actually going to change the world. So what are y'all favorite coins doing?
They are dominating right now too, dude.
Exactly.
Quant for you already. Alliance Block. I think I got in at 22 cents. That's up to $1 today. Vector Space. You were like $2.80. That's dude. Like even what do we need to say?
HBAR 3 cents. Like the only thing that is being pretty just a snail. It's a sloth. It's XRP. It's really a sloth. Like it is the only like I need that thing to pump. Like that would just complete
You know what? I don't even know what would happen, man. That Lattice work is what would happen. That is exactly what would happen. But like on a large scale, it would just be because, dude, the thing about Ripple, like once they win that lawsuit, they are going to be blasted on media for like probably a week.
See, the thing is, they kind of already are blasted, right? But the move, it's like I was talking with my dad, and he said that he thinks it's like completely controlled and manipulated. And I'm starting to think that this thing is absolutely to the T pushed down. Every time the price is about to take off, they push it down. It's like a beach ball underwater. I've been saying it once. It's like a kickboard. When you get those kickboards in the water and you push it down and it just pops up. Like
I think it's just like it's just very obvious to see that, like, again, it comes down to the basis of traditional finance. They're behind. They are way behind. We're in front of that bus. Ripple's in front of that bus. They've been doing this for years, developing the tech, and now they can't stop it. And now they're just trying to suppress it as much as possible for them to catch up. And they're never going to catch up. But that's really all you can do.
You guys better believe that I will be making a tweet if I wake up on January 4 of 2022. I'm going to be making a tweet saying 5 years since all-time high of XRP. 5 years. How many days is that, dude? Like 365 times 5. That's almost 2,000 days. Oh, goodness, man.
It's just missing out on so much other opportunity that Ripple's doing too. Like, they're working with Quant and ETN. Like, it's not like you guys are. I think my favorite comment I get is when I sold like 60% of my XRP, but this was like my only holding, and then I was just broke. So I like 5x. I sold a lot of it, let the rest ride. That's where I'm at today, and that's it's still doing pretty good. And then I use that to reinvest into other portfolios, which is now my BXV, my Quant, my LBT. It's kind of expanded. But I get the comments are, you're not a true XRP holder. I'm like, what does that even mean? Like,
you are a true money maker. That's what you are.
Yeah, you're we're for the banks, but since you're making money, you're against the bank. I'm like what is your argument now? You know? It's That's a whole other vibe. But
Somebody asked, will I give up on 5? Will I give up and sell on that day and accept defeat? No, I will not. I've been self-proclaimed of being with, I'm going to be with XRP until 0 or the moon. Like I've already accepted that it's either going to the moon or it's going to 0. Like that's what I've accepted. I don't care what happens. I'm detached from my XRP investment essentially. But of course, I'm going to be educating you guys on what's going on with it every day, right? Because I'm still the whole key is to pay attention to your investment. And then when you see a new partner come up, you can get in, or you can get it early.
I couldn't even. I'm at the point where dude, it's been, how many hours have you put into like XRP research, man? That's like probably out of all the research combined that besides XRP, equivalent to my, how much time I put into. If that happens, like I will refuse to believe anything in the world is not manipulated, and you cannot, like, everything's broken. Like the system's broken. If Ripple were to lose this lawsuit, I would be like, I'm just gonna be like, I just knew it. Like it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's just manipulation and back end people. Nothing.
Well, let's talk about that. I always love to. I have a full video describing what I think would happen if they lost, which is something the XRP community doesn't seem to want to talk about, is the possibility of losing. But I do talk about that, and to me, it's gonna set off the security token industry. It would set it on fire because I think they would deem it a security token. And I think immediately, boom, like it will just, the security token industry, that'll just pop it off. It'll go to, XRP would hypothetically go to an exchange like INX or some regulated exchange that has security tokens trading, right? That's what I think would happen. And it would set that industry on fire and give it the kick, because security tokens have been around for a long time. You have Polymath. If anybody wants a coin that's involved in security tokens, you got Polymath. But I think it would set it on fire. And then it's a whole new game of, okay, now who else is a security? And who else are we going to make a security token, right?
And it'll kind of like, it'll be a snowball effect. Yeah, so because I don't think Ripple's going to go anywhere, like whatsoever. Like I know it won't, because XRP has nothing to do with Ripple's, they're already working 99% of or 90% or whatever, their banks and everything's outside the United States. So it won't even affect what's happening with SBI and all their cross-border payment remittances in Southeast Asia and everything. So like, I think as a company, it would still incredibly succeed. I just don't know, like, well, I mean, I guess it could still, like, they wouldn't be able to IPO is what I'm saying. Like, they're not going to, you wouldn't be able to IPO using a security token, I don't think, is where that would come down to.
You would do a security token offering. But they are
I need to watch those because I haven't thought that far yet. I have not thought that far on that side of XRP. I do believe Ripple will like be fine, because what was it, EOS? I think when they lost the lawsuit, they like exploded afterwards, anyways, because there was finally clarity on what it was or what it wasn't, so it didn't matter. So I think it would have a same impact. Obviously, I don't think it's gonna go to $100 off that, but I mean, I think there will be a lot of money that floods in as soon as as it runs.
Yeah. Well, this regulatory clarity thing has been a thing in the XRP community for so long. Like I even remember seeing it in 2017 when I was just watching people on YouTube. I didn't have Twitter. I didn't have nothing. I was watching Trevon James, one of the dudes who was pushing BitConnect. I was watching random on YouTube, and I remember them talking about regulatory clarity. We need this. We need this. I didn't know what that meant. I was 17. I didn't do any research, but they kept saying that. I'm like, what does that even mean? Right? And now I've been called back. I don't know. The universe wants me to come back for this market. Like whatever's going to happen for the market, I'm here for that. I got called back. Like my attention, I always describe it like my head was here. I was looking at crypto. Oh my goggles. Thank you.
That was bizarre. What the heck? You like just put on glasses. That was like the best timing I've ever seen.
That was crazy. But my head was like looking at crypto in 2017, the crash happened, and then 2018, I just got moved over here, and then it just boom, snapped me back in like start of 2020. I just got snapped back onto this. This is important right now because look at the world. You know, it's gonna turn out important.
I wish I got in earlier. I literally didn't start learning about it till like I started hearing about it like literally January last year. So that's like
dude,
every.
You are 10 times more studied and researched than most people in here. You know? You put in the work.
Yeah, I think my first XRP investment was like I want to say March last year, and that's what like drove me in.
Yeah,
that was like, and then like you did, it was just like I just focused everything because I was like streaming on Twitch and everything before this, and then I was like, and then I went on TikTok and I would see you, and then I would see only like everybody else that just didn't know what they were talking about. I was like, okay, I need to like start saying something. So then I started streaming on Twitch, and it started like kicking in, and just kind of like I didn't play a video game ever again. I was like,
nope. Starting on Twitch is pretty crazy, you know, because Twitch is hard to grow on. Somebody said, or business crypto professor says, where is all the NFT hype this week? We want to talk NFT market. I mean, some of these projects are still doing well, but definitely we've pulled back. Like there is a definite heavy correction on the NFT market right now.
As soon as I saw Logan Paul make $8.2 million off photoshopped images that he bought for like $1 a piece, that was like my peak for NFTs. And that's just profile pictures though. I'd say, you know, I think NFTs have opened the doors to a lot of like, it's like kind of an awakening to people realizing how much digital, it's, you know, Gary, you stitched his video, I think. Did you stitch Gary V's video? That was, okay. Yeah. So just how like, you know, NFTs, it's the same thing as having like, it's like a presence, right? There's a huge demand for it because, you know, nobody knows you have a picture of Mona Lisa or whatever in your house. No one will ever know. Right. But if you have this social media presence around something that you know, an asset, this NFT, you know, that's where that value comes from. But a lot of these profile pictures, they were overhyped. I think the next progression is NFT blockchain gaming and virtual reality. I think, you know, that's going to be massive.
100%. So he says, just say the word, guys, fad. No, NFTs are absolutely not a fad. No. Not a fad. It is, well, some of the genres of NFTs, I would say, are a fad, but what Josh just said, this is all going to move into blockchain gaming. Do you know how crazy it's going to be when your kid can be like 15 and making a full-time income inside of a VR headset while you are working construction? Like, you know how crazy that's going to be? Like, you're out there with a shovel and he's in the game with the shovel sitting.
I think we're the last generation for that. Like, and we already see it, like between like, you know, like none of our generation wants to like do hard labor, like at all whatsoever. You know, it's like the last thing they're trying to do. Like, it's like Elon Musk. They're like, I'm not saying this is like in the next 5 years, but within a decade, I'm sure we're going to see a lot of jobs being taken by AI. And the jobs are going to be created by the kids that, you know, were involved with these NFT blockchain games and virtual reality, because they're going to be the ones that are running and programming those worlds for these AIs to actually, you know, exist. Like, I think it's a transition. This is why I keep talking about this. People always ask me, what do you think of tapering? What do you think of this? Like just regarding like, it's going to crash the market. Like, I think we're in like, I know we're in the most innovative time ever in this. I follow Kathy Wood a lot on this, and how it's like a deflationary aspect, but all this innovation and this utility from this, like, for example, the Lattice work we're seeing, this is like what's going to just progress us into like a whole new, like, the 2020s are going to look like 1970 by the time we hit, you know, 2030. That's yeah. I firmly believe that.
Yeah. Also, I like on that point of it is really going into a new world. Like, we're going to transition into a new world. If you guys want to change your life, like, I hate saying this, but really, like, if you study this industry and immerse yourself and try to do something within this industry, in my personal non-financial advice opinion, I think this whole space is going to like literally 50x over a 10-year period, every single thing in the space. So if you're working a job in the space, you know, if you're working in blockchain, I swear it's going to 50x, like truly. Yeah, and then you got digital real estate, meta versus
I
the
want to,
whole.
someone, guys, I'm not saying anything's wrong with construction. I'm saying AI will take those jobs. That is that's already happening. Like how many factory workers? How many factory workers do you see? It's on an absolute decrease. The demand for AI is significantly growing, and the cost for AI is significantly decreasing. And this is where this deflationary aspect comes into play, where you're no longer going to need, you know, nearly as many people in the, like, this is where we're transitioning into this digital era. And it's like, I can't even explain, because like there's so much to this. But in video games, there's like, you know, there's going to be different areas. Like you can be a full-on capitalist that's like buying and selling and trading real estate. Like you own and you rent people assets on your digital land in that virtual reality, just like an Airbnb. It's the same stuff. So there's a transition of jobs, is what I was saying. I just wanted to, I'm not talking trash on people. Like it's honest work. Like, you know.
Yeah, that construction comment was about what I said. When your kid is in the VR headset, but then you have to. The only reason I chose construction as a job is because it's usually hard labor, right? You're out in the sun or something like that, and you're really putting physical work in, while your kid could be just simply sitting there in a VR world, somehow gaming and making money. So the only reason I'm not talking down on construction. My dad works as an elevator mechanic, like construction.
My dad's an electrician. Yeah.
Like, yeah. So it's just a comparison of somebody doing nothing inside of a VR headset versus somebody putting like physical labor in. That's the comparison.
It's even like there's going to be a point in time, because like the AIs can, you know, function by themselves and whatnot. But this is why, you know, like kids that are software engineers right now, engineers, like anything in software development, I think is going to be massive. But it's going to be to a point where you're from your tablet in your house. And like what I'm talking about is like in this virtual real estate, Amazon will have an entire virtual store where you can go in, you take a picture of yourself, you upload it. It's on a private blockchain. So it's just your image. No company has access to your data, your imaging, anything like that. It's just you. And you can walk into a digital store and like just choose what you want out of that store. Like you're going to have people coding that on the, like, do you have any, like, it's so, there's so much to this. Like I can't even fathom it. It's like, and then right now the transition with our dollar deflation, you know, deflating. That's why on my channel, dude, you can make like 15, 20 bucks a day playing some of these games, doing almost nothing. And you can just, you know, tell your kid to get off, you know, the video game, set up a damn wallet, give them access to your phone, and have them earn cash. It's crazy.
See, the thing, this is like the blockchain gaming space. I would compare it to early Bitcoin mining. If you're doing this right now, it's the most lucrative, right? Bitcoin mining was so amazing at the start, right? And then it slowly trails off. Even with helium mining, it's going to slowly get less lucrative as an opportunity. It still is an amazing opportunity right now, and I think that'll easily get even huger when you implement 5G across the earth and you're mining through radio frequency everywhere, right? But with blockchain gaming, I compare it to an opportunity like Bitcoin mining, and everybody wants passive income or hybrid passive income. Yeah.
And that's, you know, that's like, so like gold fever's coming up. Like you literally buy land, and like if someone wants to sell NFTs on your land, you take a fee from them as a merchant, and it's like you're literally earning passive income off someone that you don't even have to be online. You have to touch it, right? It's just the transactions. For people that come in and mine the gold in that video game on your land, you get a percentage of, you know, the revenue. But this also comes down, this is where like, and like I love your analogy there, because it's, you know, there's going to be a point in time in 5-10 years down the road where these metaverses are already fully developed. And it's like now at that point, you know, you're no longer to be early. There's already going to be an established ecosystem. But the people that are in now, innovating and getting in early, are the ones that are going to be able to mold and profit off it the most, with just like staking, you know, all of it's staking. So you're earning rewards from the network. And someone said something about, you know, AI is already writing the code for it. And that's 100% you're right. But go look up jobs right now for the developers trying to build on these metaverses. The developers that are trying to, or the companies that are trying to build through, any networks. That's where the jobs are. Is what I was referring to.
Man, this has been a packed live, man.
Yeah.
So much value, bro.
All like free, dude.
Yeah, every vein, every vein of and the veins that people don't want to go to. Like they just want to keep talking about
Cardano
Bitcoin to $1 million and Cardano, blah 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 blah, Dogecoin. But no, we're on the real. But I'm about to hop off, bro.
I'm gonna go eat.
Everyone go follow Joshua Jake if you're not followed. He's part of Crypto Night. We recently got a Wendy too, so come join the Discord. We had an AMA today with my favorite NFT project as of right now, which is Sympathy for the Devils. Thank you for all the gifts at the end. I appreciate y'all watching. Josh.
Same, guys, follow as well. And seriously, guys, join the Crypto Night Discord. It's ridiculous. It's the cheapest Discord out there, and you get this type of educational content from that Discord from 5 different influencers. There's nothing else out there that's even competitive. We're the fastest growing. It's insane. So, but Mason, that was great. I'm going to go fall asleep now and feed my food from all that knowledge.
All right, bro.
Later, brother.
See? You see all that value for free. Thank you, Holy Crystals. All that value for free. Nobody wants to talk about that stuff. Nobody. What we just talked about, ain't nobody want to talk about Quant. Nobody wants to talk. I watched BitBoy skip Quant on his live stream. Quant was the top gainer. Quant was the second top gainer one day. I watched BitBoy skip Quant. He did not mention it. Nobody wants to talk about it. Alt Mom, thank you. Gold mines. Ain't nobody want to talk about it. Obzacob, you know why they don't want to talk about it? Because it ruins their business. But I've made a business out of talking about these. It ruins their business to talk about it ruins their business to talk about Bitcoin dying. They don't want to talk about Bitcoin dying because they're a whale. Most of these dudes got into Bitcoin in like 2014 and they're just stacked up like whales. Come on, bro. In 5 years, I will be looked at as an hbar whale or some other whales. And I'm going to treat it like that. I'll be a shill of hbar. This man, all that value for free. I don't want to see any comments saying nothing. Yeah, I literally did watch BitBoy skip that though. But yeah, that was a good live. Bitcoin isn't going to tank, man. It's an ancient tank. Yeah, the answer is in your question. Or the answer is in your statement. It's ancient. It's ancient. You can't build on that. You can't build on that thing. Slow, garbage. Listen to John McAfee. I actually agree with everything John McAfee says about Bitcoin, really. I really do. Man, I can't believe my power went out right in there, right in the middle. Why don't I do that live on YouTube? I could. Is it possible to see the live stream? Oh, I will for sure upload that Joshua Jake live stream on YouTube. Not Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor is sailing into the trash can. Michael Saylor is sailing into the trash can. Let's stay on live for a little bit more. Come on, it's Friday night. I'm not doing shit on this Friday. I don't have nothing this Friday. Maybe I did. I'm on Do Not Disturb on my text, so maybe I did have some shit, but I was too busy spitting facts. Don't be sus, thank you. Mason, you think waiting for the next bear market is a smart play instead of going in now? There are certain coins that you could go in now. And I think get into DAG. No financial advice. I just got into DAG today, so I bought something today. That should tell you something. I bought something today. Question. That's like a person saying that with a lisp. Like Christian, but question. That's funny. Did I buy Phantom? Hell no. I'll never buy no Phantom. I'm on some other shit than Phantom. Even though Phantom, from a money-making standpoint, it could be good. That bounce right here. What were some crypto buys you regret? Nice question. Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, Cum Rocket. What else? Pundy X, kind of. Even though I made profit. What is DAG? It's direct acyclic graph technology. It's hypergraph, and it's the only crypto with the U.S. Air Force directly wanting to use it. Hold on. What resources do I suggest for research? YouTube, Twitter, and you should use YouTube and Twitter to lead you on to real research. That's what you need to do. You find leads on Twitter and YouTube. That's what you do. Find leads on YouTube and Twitter. That's what I do. Twitter, these Twitter people, dude, Twitter is a hub. Do I have time to date? Do I have a girlfriend? Just traded Engine Coin for Quant. Oh, no, I don't have a girlfriend, by the way. But, just traded Engine Coin for Quant. Okay. That's interesting. Who do I recommend on Twitter? Go to my following and just go through them. Go to my following, go through them, and there's plenty of great people there. You like Ren, mediocre. Nami. Isn't that the one that like... Isn't that the one that like people were doing promotions for? I don't know anything about that one. Dan Pina said Bitcoin to zero. Dan Pina also said that Putin made Bitcoin. So, there you go. Satoshi is a she. Gary Gensler called Satoshi a she. That is true. I watched it happen live. He didn't bat an eye, or he didn't correct himself, which I like. Why can't Satoshi be a she? Oh, speaking of Satoshi, this statue has went live. I remember making a TikTok about this way back, and now it is there. And that's what Satoshi is. It's like a chrome. It's like a chrome thing. I would think you have a ton of girls with those lips. What's wrong? What's up with my lips? What's up with my lips? Which do you like better, Quant or Algo? I gotta say Quant. Is it still raining? No, it stopped like this. It stopped in a snap. Satoshi is the government. Okay, is the government a she? Is the government a she? Serum. Part of the Solana ecosystem. Serum. I think it's pretty good, actually. That's like a DEX, right? Isn't it? That's like a, yeah, it's a DEX on Solana. That's pretty cool, though. That's pretty cool. I'm not going to be going into Serum. Satoshi is a group of he's. Satoshi, a group of he's. Man, I think Pablo already told y'all. I think that's Pablo's best video. The one where he exposes who Satoshi is. That's the one where I first saw him. I think that's his best video. Because I think it's just very true. Why is prediction such a huge, like, that's huge, like. Is there anyone else live? Josh is still live. Should I go on my second account or no? Ash, we already went on live with Josh. We just got off. Am I really a Yankees fan? Not really, dude. No, I couldn't name one Yankees player. I am. Thank you for the roses. Do I pay attention to Marin Altman? Absolutely, I pay attention to Marin Altman. Emmy, thank you for the goggles. Those goggles. Did you all see that synchronicity when I put my hands up and the goggles went on? That was crazy. Yes, I pay attention to Marin Altman. Yeah. Yes. And I noticed she's getting a lot more respect. But I will say one thing. Close your ears if you don't have an open mind. This is your time to close your ears. Once everybody is listening to financial astrology and it becomes mainstream, it's no longer going to function the same. If you understand that on a deep level, shout out to you. But once everyone is tapped into the moon phases with the charts, it's not going to work anymore. Because it has been consistent this whole year if you actually look at it. But let's get off that as fast as possible because shit. Yeah. What sign am I? Cancer Sun. Cancer Sun, Scorpio Moon, Sagittarius Rising, Cancer Mercury, Cancer Mars, Cancer Venus, Cancer North Node. Yeah. What do your friends tell you or say about you being in XRP Army? They're in the XRP Army too, because they have freaking brains. You said equals toxic. I know. So if you want your emotions stimulated, because a lot of these dudes don't stimulate your emotions, they don't know how to work you. I'm a toxic Cancer with about 5 Cancer placements and a deep-ass Scorpio moon. So, what I'm saying is I can do it, but that's for second account talks. He's probably so good at crypto because he's really good at intuition. My intuition is maxed out. It's maxed out. It is maxed out. Truly. It's maxed out. It's maxed out. I'll take signs like this. Immediately, as my environment gives me signs, immediately, boom, 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 I take them instantly with no hesitation. Corey, what's up, bro? I see you, bro. Let me friend you, bro, so I can see the friends thing on your shit. Multivac. I'm gonna look into multivac tomorrow. That's on my agenda for tomorrow. Multivac. I'm gonna look into Propy. The Bearable Bull told me to get into Propy or Propy. I don't know how to say it. The Bearable Bull came into my Instagram live the other day and said, "You better look at Propy." What are you holding in the bear market? Ethereum, hbar. What was my first side hustle? It was probably making money on video games. I was like, I don't know how old I was, like making money in video games, like selling in-game items. Also, I used to pretend, I used to catfish as a girl. Like, I used to catfish as a girl, and I would get sugar daddies to send me money. I tried I did transcription jobs where you type stuff out. I did graphic design stuff. I did every single type of thing you could ever do. I had fake pictures off Google Images. You know? I looked up fake nudes of girls on Google Images, and then I pretended to be the girl, and then I would catfish them and get them to send me money, and I send them some pictures from Google Images. Oh, I think it's a genius business model. Oh, I think it's a genius business model. How do we scale? How the heck do we scale that? Oh, my. Oh, it was so good. I only got a couple payments, but it was good. Oh, it was so good, man. How much did I make? I think it was like $400. That's it. No, I'm not a liar, dude. Why would I lie about that? That's like the weirdest thing to lie about ever. That I used to pretend I was a girl and catfish people and get sugar daddies? That's weird. Why would I lie about that, you crazy? Why would I lie about some stuff like that? Question. Thank you. Yeah, that ain't no weird lie. Are you a nerd? Areola Grande. Oh, what is your name? Why is your name Areola Grande and not Ariana Grande? This is out of pocket. We've gone out of pocket. Bondly. Dude, I can't even deal with these, man. Out of pocket lives. Wait, invite Blockchain Boy? He's live? He's not live, dude. What is my parents' take on what I do for a living? They're mind blown. They're absolutely mind blown. I've been blowing their mind for the past 4 years, to be honest. And if they don't admit that, then they're just keeping it in. Because, dude, I'm not supposed to be in the position I'm in. You know, 21 and building real stuff. I had a 6-figure marketing, music marketing. 6-figure music marketing business. Dropped out of school. They let me drop out of school. Actually, it was kind of like I just did it. I remember like being on my phone on the staircase of the college that I was at and just clicking all the withdrawal from all the classes. Does your family ever hate on you? No. Focus, let's make money. Yeah. Like we didn't just talk for 2 hours about the most valuable info on this app. Did you expect to be where you are a year ago? Yes. Yes. Yes, I did. This is all to plan. And anybody who knows me in real life knows that this is all to plan. This is all to plan, dude. Anybody who knows me in real life knows that this is all to plan. Is hbar gonna keep dropping? I think it'll drop below frickin'. Let me see. Oh, I forgot to send Josh that crazy quant thing. I'm gonna send it to him on Telegram because it's up right now. Hold on. Where's Josh on Telegram? I'm gonna send him this. I sent him it. Top 20 real use case coins. Wow. Top 20. You're gonna have to scroll through my TikTok and you'll basically find 20. If you are using TikTok as crypto research, you'll never make it. You're correct. You are correct. You are correct. That's not what you wanted to hear, right? I actually have a brain, and I tell people that you should not do your research on TikTok. You should immerse yourself on YouTube and Twitter, and then you should find leads on Twitter. For example, somebody from the deep XRP community, just for example, send something out, then you should research what they sent out, and it'll lead you down rabbit holes. Read white papers, exactly. Read white papers. Read some damn white papers, man. Read some white papers. I know they're boring, and I know there's stuff you can't understand, but just try to read them. Or watch videos summarizing white papers. If you just need to understand coins, do that. Yeah, do that, bro. How many different coins do I hold total? I hold probably 16 right now. I just sold out of 2 coins fully. Gone. 2 coins. I sold completely out all of my holding. And yeah. Mason has my respect now. Dude. Bro. You learn more in his last live than 10 hours on YouTube. Exactly. The thing I'm good at is giving a scope of everything that's happening. I'm good at nailing the narratives. There's narratives being pushed. And I don't forget when a company puts out an article. For example, the Algo thing. Algo claiming to be the greenest blockchain. And then I'm watching Hedera yesterday claim that they're the greenest. It's shots taken. Somebody says we are in a bear market. We are not in a bear market. Or we are. You actually can't know until you look back. You need to look back on the market and see, okay, this was the bear market period. We're coming up to the end of what would be the 4-year classic cycle, right? It's always the 4-year classic cycle, then a 1-year bear market. Man, anyone got a song request? This is like, my shuffle is terrible. You are the greenest? What? What was my entry on DAG? I will tell you this. It was today. DAG has stayed at 27 cents for all of today. So my entry was 27 cents. Okay, it's boosted up to 28. Okay. So yeah, my entry was 27. All right, we're gonna hop off here though. I appreciate everybody. Make sure you follow on all platforms.